Right now, though, for Coffee Talk, sponsored by Lion's Choice. And it's the question everybody's asking. Did you see it last night? Did you take some pictures last night? Did you guys see Northern Lights last night? No? Nobody?
I did.
A little?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay, all right. Well, even if you didn't, maybe you didn't even know it was happening, frankly, until you saw photos on everybody's Facebook feed. But is that FOMO feeling warranted? Could you get another chance to see the spectacle in the sky tonight? We'll talk about that in just a minute. Last night's show was better than expected, that's for darn sure, even though the forecasted view line was north of us. And I'll show you this graphically in a moment. We were still able to see them quite vibrantly across parts of Missouri and Illinois. Some of you even sent us your photos. That's what you're seeing right now. If the Aurora Borealis overperforms big time again tonight, that's an if, then there is a chance, that's a chance,
It's a pretty big if,
that some of us could see it again. And that's if the clouds cooperate, because I think we're also going to have some clouds.
and if the energy cooperates.
Exactly right. So I want to show you something interesting over on the weather graphics box here. I want to show you the forecast view line last night. So this is basically like NOAA's Space Weather Department's way of saying, we think you'll see them about this far south. Now, we had photos coming in from Farmington, from Ironton. So again, it overperformed. That was the forecast view line last night. You want to see tonight's?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Yeah, creeps a little bit farther to the north. So it would have to overperform at an even more significant level than it did yesterday.
And part of the problem is that it actually peaks this afternoon.
Exactly right.
If that energy timing had worked out a little better, man, it would have been great, because it hasn't even peaked yet. So that's the unfortunate thing. But, you know, they were also forecasting that it was possible that they may be seen as far south as Alabama and Northern California.
Right.
So I think that they saw the potential for that, but this happens so many times that it's very...
We don't have a huge data
Like I
set
said
on
on KTRS yesterday, you think weather forecasting is wacky.
Yeah.
Trying to forecast how much energy the sun spewed at us. And
So you just said it happened so many times. I feel like throughout my life, we didn't talk about the Northern Lights
Right.
Well,
until
that's
like
what
the
he
last
means.
year,
It
though.
happens very few times.
But hasn't it happened more times in the last year or so?
well,
The sun goes through its own cycles.
It does. We're
It's
in
more
a
active
solar
than
cycle, and this was the 6th strongest event of this particular solar cycle, and the 39th strongest of all time of modern space.
Yeah, since we've been able to track this, yeah.
So, are we going to tell our stories about what we saw? Or
I guess you saw them.
well, yes, I did, and I didn't. Katie got home from work late last night, and she came in and she said, "Let's go out and see if we can see the Northern Lights." And I said, "The Blues are winning on the game." And she said, "But it's the Northern Lights. Don't you want to see them?" And I said, "The Blues are winning the game, and both of those events occur on about the same frequency."
Wow. Wow.
So I'm going to stay here and watch the game.
So between
Shots
periods, I did go out. Now, this is one of those things where you ask me, did you see them? And I say yes, because I saw them through my phone.
Right.
When I looked, I was like, I can't see it. I hold the phone up, I take a picture, I say, oh, there they are. And I take the picture, and then it's even more vibrant in the picture. And I talked about that on the radio yesterday. I said, the funny thing about it is, we always tell people, live in the moment, put the phone down, watch the concert, look at the event, stop watching it through your phone. Well, this is one you may only see through your phone.
That's right. You're exactly right.
And I think that one of the reasons for that, in my particular case, and in a lot of people's cases, is just so hard to get away from lights. I mean, I would have had to get in the car and driven some distance in order to really get a dark sky, and I bet it was really fantastic for some of the
we have
rural
some
states.
viewer photos from like outside of Hannibal and Quincy. They were mind-blowing.
Right.
Yeah, really good.